try. Y'all come on up in the room. It might be some of y'all lunchtime or y'all might be working, but even if you're not watching this live, I want to thank everyone that's going to watch this on the replay. So we're going to get into an interesting topic today. We're going to talk about tips for the tender-headed. So my I'm gonna pull up my chat. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my iPad so I can pull up my chat so I can see everything as it come in. So okay. Hey Acacia, I go Acacia. Hey Acacia, I go Acacia. Hey Acacia, I go Acacia. Let's go, 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 let's go. All right, all right. So let's get into it. Hey, Coach Haru is popping in from the west side. Lisa H is popping in from the west side. I didn't think I was gonna have this many people pop up because it is currently 1 o'clock here. It's 1:30, but I decided to go live. You know, I take every situation as a learning opportunity, or I just try not to waste time. I had a cancellation, so I have like 2 hours to spare right now. So, because in this business, cancellations happen. I had a client, she was flying in from Arizona, and her flight got canceled and delayed, and her flight is not going to get here till well after her appointment. So she had to cancel last minute. Then I had another cancellation, but I'm already here at work, so I'm like, I'm not about to turn around and go back home. But I just got one client today now. But that's things that happen here in business. So I said, you know what? I ain't gonna waste my time and complain about clients counseling this. I'm gonna get up here and serve and give the YouTube family, give somebody some of these tips, okay? So we're gonna talk about tips for the tender headed. And Lisa H is also, I was about to say Lisa H from the west side. I don't think Lisa H is from the west side. But you are a glowing queen. Thank you, Acacia. Okay, Lisa H says she's at work as well. All right. Okay, Coach Sharu says 10:25. We're here on the west side. Take that unscheduled break and make videos. Yep, we surely is. All right. So we're gonna talk about some tips for tender-headed people. Now, this video can apply for even adults, okay, even adults. I'm trying to put my camera. I'm trying to figure out how my lighting is better. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here. Can y'all hear me good? Or do I need to put in my headphones? How is the sound quality? Okay, yeah, Lisa H is on the East Coast in New York. That's right. I think you and Queen Heart is in New York. So let me know if my sound quality is good or if I need to get my headphones. I think the computer is at a delay. But I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. So these tips can apply for people who adults or kids. And this is like a good topic because I know a lot of people are dealing with this. And tender headed basically meaning like your scalp is a little bit more sensitive, like when you start to manipulate it, and it causes some discomfort just with simple things as far as like brushing, combing, styling. So I'm going to kind of give y'all some tips. I don't really have anything written down, so I'm gonna just go off of what I can think about off the top of my head. So first thing I'm gonna say, if you're tender headed, the key is make sure you keep up with your trim schedules. Now, this is so important because when you're tender headed and you have a lot of like balls at the end or a lot of split ends, it's harder to detangle. So, being it is harder to detangle, that's not good for tender headed people because you want the process to be as painless as possible. So, if you're tender headed, make sure you're keeping a log on when the last time you had to trim because that's going to alleviate some of the pain that you're going to have to go through when it's finally time to detangle. So when it's finally time to detangle, you want the process to be smooth. You want to be able to get through your hair a little bit easier, okay? So make sure you keep a log on when was your last trim. If you starting to see that it's causing even more discomfort, or is taking even longer to detangle your hair, also being the fact that you are tender-headed, make sure you have gotten a trim recently. Now, the rule of thumb that I love to give for trims is like 6 to 8. Sometimes it can vary from 3 to 4 months if you're natural. But you will be able to tell when it's time for a trim, because you'll start to see the ends a little bit more frizzy than normal, and you have balls at the end of your hair, and it's taking you longer to detangle. So it's going to be a sign. But again, I say keep a log of when was your last trim. Now, I do have a file on my booking system when clients book with me. I do keep a log of, I try to keep a log of when the last time I trimmed their hair as a stylist, because this is what I do. But sometimes, like, clients can come and then, at least I think I need to trim, and we'll go ahead and trim it. And I'll actually forget to update their profile in my booking system, and it might not show it. So I'll also say I always try to go in and put it in, but you being the client too, you have a responsibility as well. Just like how we as women, let's just go ahead and keep it real, we have to take into account of our monthly cycles. If you still do get a cycle, okay, you have to write those things down. Same thing with trim, making sure you're keeping track of that so you can know, like, oh, it's, it's time for me to trim, it's been a while. The other thing, another tip I'm going to give, like if you're a tender-headed, is I will highly encourage finger detangling first. Finger detangling first. Now, I have a video on detangling, and I talked about why just finger detangling is not good. But what I will say, if you are tender-headed, if you start off with finger detangling first, that's going to help eliminate a lot of pain. Sometimes when you tender-headed and you going in first with a comb or a brush, and now we're going to talk about tools here in a minute, but sometimes when you immediately go in with those tools, it can be very painful. Very painful. And so that's why you want to start off with your hands, because we only have 5 fingers. Some people might only have 4 fingers, okay? But what I'm saying, oh, I'm ashy. I need some glow butter. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, we don't have as many teeth as a comb or a brush. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we don't have as much teeth as a comb and a brush. So our fingers are a lot wider to work through their hair. Like, for example, I got my combs right here. You see how many teeth is on this comb? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 teeth on this wide tooth comb. And this can kind of vary depending on how your comb look. We only have 5 fingers, so this is more finer than this. So first, you want to use your fingers to finger detangle. Now, the proper way to finger detangle, if you're tender-headed, is to make sure, yep, are you adding product when you're finger detangling? Yes, Acacia, I was just about to get to that, yep. So the proper way to finger detangle is you want to start from the ends and work your way up. Do not start, like if you having braids, do not start at the scalp. Don't do that. Start at the ends. And what Acacia just asks is, are we adding product? Yes. So you want to make sure that you have good slippage. You said go ahead and do a commercial. Okay. Let me go ahead and do it. Let me get off my little stool. Let's go ahead and do a little commercial break. Commercial break. Commercial break. Are you dealing with dry skin? Does your hair just lack moisture? I mean, not your hair. Does your skin just lack moisture? Are you trying to find something that's going to hydrate your skin? Do you just want to wake up and feel like you have that glow? Well, welcome to introducing Lisa's Glow Butter. This is an all-natural body butter that is made by me, LISASMILEZ. I put my heart and soul in this and a little bit of kikis as I was making this, and I have various scents. This glow butter is great for eczema, dry skin, or if you just want to get your glow on. So pick up your bottle today at www.stylesbylisasmiles.com. We have various scents. We have unscented for our sensitive people. We have eucalyptus spearmint. We have our new scent, Caribbean Escape. Thank you so much. Now back to our regular scheduled program. Okay. Okay, let me get back to what we was talking about. So, you want to make sure that make sure your hair has nice slip, okay? Make sure your hair has nice slip. So you're going to add a product. So I'm going to give y'all a couple of product choices. You can buy what you want to buy, okay? But of course, I'm gonna talk about what I use and what I know works in here. There's probably other products you can use, okay? So again, this is another reason why this product is the #1 seller. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. The rosemary stimulating spray is a great detangler. Now I know we use this on our scalp for dry scalp, but this will break the hair down and detangle it, especially if you have a really bad knot. So for instance, if you just took out box braids, and you know how like when you take out braids or twists, how you get that little buildup right there and it be kind of like a knot, and you be trying to detangle it, spray this on that knot and let it sit. Let that thing marinate, okay? Let that thing marinate, rub it in, and then you can easily detangle it, okay? If this is too powerful for you, okay, I might just need to stand up. Hold on, y'all might just have to stand up for this one. If that's too powerful for you, you can use this. The coconut milk leave-in conditioner. This is another great detangler that's going to give you nice slip, okay? And so the key is, what I like to say is, if you're tender-headed and you got a lot of knots to get through, spray this all throughout your hair, or spray it on the knots. When you spray either this or the rosemary spray, what you want to do, if it's really tangled, so I'm here at the shop now, so I got all my tools. If it's really detangled, you want to spray it on that knot, and then what you want to do, get you a plastic cap, put it over it, let it sit, let it marinate so it can loosen up those knots. This is if it's really tangled really bad. You want to do that so it can have time to loosen up, and it really can get soft, because you want your hair to have a nice slip. And so once you let that thing sit and you kind of like rub it in, take your fingers and start to slowly untangle those knots. This would be excellent for kids. You might have kids who's tender-headed. You can use these two as a detangler, and you also can use this as a detangler. You can also use the honey almond leave-in conditioner. Now, this honey almond leave-in conditioner would be a good detangler for those kids that have very thick and coarse and coily hair. This would be good for that. So you're going to spray this on their hair, let it sit, let it marinate. If it's really tangled, give it time to marinate in the hair, and slowly take your fingers to finger detangle it. Kind of work it through. Always remember to start from the end of the curl and then work your way up, okay? So that's the key. So you definitely want to add product. Make sure it has a nice slip. And like I said, if it's extremely tangled, let the product sit and work and marinate before you even begin to do it. And this is another gem. This is another gem you can do. If you have a steamer at home, or if you have a hooded dryer, you can do like a pre-treatment. So you can either spray any of these detanglers and sit up under a steamer, or you can sit up under a hooded dryer with a plastic cap. Just for maybe 5-10 minutes just to soften the hair. And this is what I'm gonna say. When your hair is wet, it's in a weaker state, so it's more vulnerable to breakage. So that's why you want to take your time to finger detangle first. Don't be rough because you could cause breakage because your hair is already soft from the detangler. So make sure you're taking your time and you're not raking through it, okay? You're not raking through it. So that's the first thing you want to do if you, well, that's not the first thing, but it's like another tip. If you are tender headed, is to take your time with the product, work from the ends all the way up to the root. Another tip is when you're tender headed, work in sections so you can know which part is already detangled and which part is not. Because when you just randomly pulling pieces, you want to make this process as smooth as possible, even for your kids or even for you. So if you say, I'm going to put my hair in 4 sections, you know this side is already done. Because if you tender-headed, you're trying to make the process quicker. So if you're just doing it randomly, you probably over-touching and doing things that you don't already did. So that's why you want to make sure you do it in sections so you're not working harder, but you're working smarter, okay? So that was that tip. With adding the product and finger detangling. So next, once you have finger detangled, you're gonna start using some tools. Now here's the thing with tender-headed people. I know y'all like to run away, and your kids don't like to probably get their hair combed. It's probably a very traumatizing experience. So another advice, and this goes to more of the mental mind state, you have to create a routine to get mentally prepared for this each time. Not in a way like you're going to be, you have to mentally prepare to hurt yourself, but mentally prepare like this is just a routine. It's just like how we have regular routines to take showers, or we have a routine of, when we're going to do certain things. We have to have a routine in place to know, like, okay, I shampoo my hair every 2 weeks, or either I shampoo my hair once a week. So stick to that schedule. And the more you have a routine schedule, it will get better over time, especially if you have kids. It's not like they might cry at first and, give you some apprehensions, but the more and more you put your kids on the schedule, or you even put yourself as an adult on the schedule to detangle your hair, it will get easier. It's not going to happen overnight, little by little, okay? So you can mentally prepare yourself. Another tip I'll say with kids, make it an enjoyable experience. I'm not saying like bribe them, but make it something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're the type of parent, you don't let your kids play on iPads, like they or watch a lot of TV, this can be their time. They can look at this as a treat. You know what I'm saying? Make it a lovely experience for them. Don't make it a traumatizing experience like, come on, you gotta get your hair done. Now I know these kids be working out nose, but try to create a routine where when you get your hair detangled, you get iPad time, or you get to watch this certain show, or you get to do this. Make it in an experience so they can actually look forward to it. And be patient with your kids. Okay, be patient. And also, and I know this is easier said than done because I ain't got no kids, and I know y'all like, Lisa, you just don't understand. But, and I might have a different level of patience because I don't have no kids yet, and I only see y'all kids probably once every 2 weeks, and I'm a professional. But be also, even as adults, be patient with yourself. Don't be in a rush, because when you be in a rush, it's going to hurt even more. Take your time. I love to leave in coconut conditioner. Do you think it's okay spraying every day on my locks? It should be okay spraying it every day on your locks. But only, Coach Rule, only spray if you really recognizing that you deal with a lot of dry hair all the time. You don't want to overdo it. But if you notice that your hair is typically always dry, missing it on it every day should not be a problem. It should not be a problem. But if you notice you missed it and the next day it's not that really dry, you don't have to do it every day is what I'm saying. Only when needed. Only when needed. And you'll notice, like, initially when you first start using something new and your hair is starting to get used to it, you might use it a little bit more often until your hair get used to it, and then you can probably cut it down to every other day, every 3 or 4 days, once a week or whatever. So let your hair tell you how much you need to do it, and it might need it every day, and some days it might not need it. It just depends on your routine, but it should be perfectly fine to spray it every day. So getting back to what I was talking about being tender-headed, even as adults, be patient with yourself. Set up times, and even as an adult, like even if you have to talk to somebody and have somebody help you with this whole detangling process. So definitely make sure you use products so it can slip. Also, when it comes to tender-headed clients or people, make sure you're using products that are moisturizing, even down to your shampoos. You don't want to use a lot of shampoos that's going to dry your hair out. So make sure they're sulfate-free shampoos and they are detangling shampoos. Now I'm going to give y'all a suggestion of a shampoo that's really, really good that keeps the hair detangled and makes it soft. I'm going to recommend our... Oh Lord, I just dropped something. The honey almond. I'm going to recommend the honey almond shampoo, and I'm also going to recommend the organic shampoo. Tracy Ann. Oh, hey Tracy Ann is checking in from the west side. Go Acacia. Head coach H and Lisa H. All right. Thanks. No dryness, just colored it for the first time. Sidebar, yeah, Coach Haru, if you just colored your locks for the first time, yeah, definitely your hair probably needs that moisture, because we talked about, what color sometimes it can be drying. So yeah, it's probably fine that you spray yours every day because you got that color, so you want to make sure your hair is nice and moisturized. Okay. All right. So you want to, also with tender headed, you want to make sure you're using shampoos that's going to give you a nice slip. So it's going to keep your hair nice and detangled. So that's why I said I recommended the honey almond shampoo, and I recommended the organic shampoo. These are great for kids as well. Adults and kids can use these products. So these products is going to help break that hair down and keep the hair nice and detangled. These shampoos also have great slip. Now, if y'all watch my video, when I talk about detangling, and I have a video on the proper way to shampoo your hair, y'all know, detangle the hair before you start shampooing. Especially if you're tender-headed. And y'all know the direction. You want to shampoo your hair in one direction. Don't bunch all your hair up. Especially if you're tender-headed and you already don't like the detangling process. You need to make this as easy as possible. You don't want to overwork yourself. Especially for those, I have some friends, they have very, very soft scalps. So any little thing, any kind of little touch is like very hurtful, or just sensitive. So you want to make sure, even when you're shampooing, that you are shampooing in one direction and not causing it to knot up again. Okay? So Tracy Ann said, what side? Tracy Ann said, I got my rosemary spray, liking it so far. Ain't it powerful, Tracy Ann? And Tracy Ann, you just now joining, but we talked about, I'm about to sit back down. I ain't about to stand up and talk to y'all. Sure, I'm about to sit down while I can. Okay, so we talked about the rosemary spray, Tracy Ann, of it being like a good detangler. So rosemary spray is an awesome detangler. Tracy Ann said, I'll try the honey almond shampoo when I have to buy one product. Does it have a conditioner as well? Yes. So all the shampoos have a matching conditioner. So I also have the honey almond shampoo and conditioner. I have the organic shampoo. I I gotta get up again. I ain't about to get up. Yes, I am. I'm about to get up. I'm about to get up. I got my little stool. Look at my hydraulics. Y'all like my hydraulics? Okay, so the organic has a the organic has a conditioner, and it's actually a chocolate conditioner. See? Hold on. Oh, y'all can't really see it, but it's chocolate. It's a chocolate conditioner. And the reason why I wanted to point that out is because if you have kids, kids love this, and it also helps detangle their hair as well. It's a Tootsie Roll. Or treat a deep conditioner or steam treatment with this, okay? And then the honey almond, y'all know the honey almond come with its own conditioner. I got one over there. But yeah, the honey almond come with its own conditioner, and it's very moisturizing. So put the conditioner, put the conditioner on the hair, let it sit, and comb it through. Okay, so make sure you're using the key I want y'all to take away from this section is to make sure you're using products that's going to have nice slip. And the reason why I recommended these products is because I know they have nice slip, especially for those clients or for those kids that I know are a little bit tender headed. Okay, and you have to take your time, and that's why I said get yourself in a routine. Don't just let it just be sporadic. Get yourself in a routine emotionally for you as the mother, you know, as if you detain your own hair as an adult, or just even for your kids, okay? So yeah, get you some product with nice slip. The other tip I'm going to say is regularly try to give yourself scalp massages just randomly, or maybe get somebody else's to give your scalp massages. Like maybe you have a mate or your kids, just get them in the habit of just massaging your scalp just randomly, so you can get a little bit more used to like people touching the scalp. You see what I'm saying? So you want to kind of like just work yourself up where you're activating that blood flow, and just get used to somebody touching. They don't have to do it real hard and real long, but just do temple massages or just massaging the scalp very lightly. You don't have to be rough. You don't have to be rough. And just, you don't want nobody heavy handed too. That's another thing. When it comes to tenderheadedness, and I never was really like a bit tenderheaded person, but growing up, my mama was very heavy handed. Bless her heart. But trying to be so heavy handed on your kids, y'all. And being tenderheaded, okay. Being tenderheaded is not always a bad thing. I read this recently. It just means that you're able to recognize when something is wrong. So it's not a bad thing. It's just that you have to take a little bit more extra precaution and figure out things that's gonna work. Correct. I'm sorry. Tracy Ann put the hashtag Q. I'm just laughing because I'm thinking about Tony Gaskin's live. How we done moved it over. How we moved the hashtag Q, but I like it though. Hashtag Q. The Rosemary said it's a pre-shampoo. Yep. I got it after my wash day and sprayed it on my scalp. Is it okay to use as a leave-in, or do I need to wash my hair again soon? I think my hair likes it so far. Yeah, so it's a multi-purpose, Tracy Ann. So you can use it as a pre-shampoo treatment. And how you use it as a pre-shampoo treatment is like, again, if you have like dry, itchy scalp and you got like some buildup, you can spray it on your scalp to help with the dandruff, or with the just the dryness. You also can spray as a pre-shampoo as a detangler, and you can shampoo it. It's also good for in between use. Like say it's in between your shampoo day and it's a little itchy and it's a little dry. You can spray on there. You don't have to immediately shampoo it right after you spray it. You don't have to, because this is also a great spray. Like if you're wearing box braids or protective styles, or maybe you're wearing a wig or something like that, and you're taking off your wig at night and your scalp feels a little dry, you want to give it a little moisture, you can just spray it then, and you don't have to shampoo it right then. So yes, and I'm glad that your hair likes it so far. So hopefully you can get some growth. And look, Acacia said she been using it with her. Was it the derma roller? And she been some little fuzzies. So Acacia, I hope you continue to have success over there with that. That made me feel good. Coach Ruth said, I haven't used my honey almond yet. I didn't want to use too many products at one time. Oh, okay. Now, you have the honey almond shampoo or do you have the conditioner? But I will say now, Coach Haru, I know you bought the glow butter, you bought the coconut milk leave-in, but these products are all from the same line too. So don't be afraid to, because it's been times like I'll cocktail my products because these are all from the same line. So they're all designed to work together. So for instance, I have had where, like I tell y'all, if somebody have dry scalp, like I just did a video on the blowout, and I told y'all I used 3 different shampoos on this client with thick hair. I started off with the deep cleansing shampoo to remove all that product buildup. Then I came and I used the rosemary shampoo because that client tends to have a little bit of, dry scalp. And then also I ended with the honey almond shampoo, which is a moisturizing shampoo. When I put her conditioner on, sometimes I'll cocktail the conditioner. I would use, now this is another tip. I would use this organic conditioner, which is like a chocolate conditioner, and I'll use it with the rosemary mint, especially for those who's dealing with dry hair. So I concoct these 2 conditioners together, and you know what it smells like? A chocolate peppermint patty, and it gives them like a cool sensation, like it's like a peppermint patty on a chocolate peppermint patty on your head. And so I'll cocktail those 2 together and set them up on the steamer, or you can do a deep conditioner. So if you purchase hair products from me, these products are great to use interchangeable. Okay, they're great to use interchangeable. So I just want to put it out there. Now, what I will say, let's say you have, you know, my shampoo, but you use a different conditioner. It probably still will work, but sometimes you're not able to see consistent results when you mix and match the lines. And I think I spoke about that before in one of my videos. So this is all the same line. Even though you have like honey almond and you have the organic, it's still from the same company, if that makes sense. All right. Yay, Acacia said yes, getting some fuzz on my alopecia edges. Do it for Lord. Do it for Lord. All right. So let's talk about some tools you can use as far as like tender-headed people. What time is it? Okay. Yeah, let's talk about some different tools you can use for tender-headed people. So I think we talked about going through and finger detangling. I think I touched briefly on combs. So y'all, wide tooth combs are going to be your friend for tender-headed people. Okay, they even have some combs wider than this. I seen a client, she came and she brought some of her tools to her hair appointment. She was like, Lisa, is this okay to use on my hair? And it was even wider than this. I said, oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So wide tooth combs are going to be key. Okay? Now you might not be a comb person, you might be a brush person. So let me show you what kind of brushes you can use. Tracy Ann said, I sprayed some all around my edge line today before putting up my curly bun. It laid down everything, and I love that tingle. Yes, I love that tingle. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, um, okay. So I got some tools for y'all. I got some tools. So let's talk about different kind of tools. So brushes. This one is a Tangle Tamer. I've been calling it Tangle Teaser. It's a Tangle Tamer mask. Y'all see it? And so do y'all see, I'm doing like that for the bristles. Do y'all see how the bristles move? This is key when you're detangling. So you want to get a brush that's going to be very forgiving. For example, I don't even think I have no brushes that's not forgiving. But you know how y'all have some brushes and they're not forgiving, like the bristles don't move like this, they just hard and they just stick up. Like I can press it and it bends. You want to use something that's very bendable, that's going to be very forgiving. Because if you're tender headed, you don't want to use something with a lot of resistance. You don't want to use them with a lot of resistance because that's going to make the process harder on you, for you and for your kids. Okay, so use something that's very forgiving. There is another brush out there that's really, really trending for tender-headed people, and I might have it linked in my Amazon store. I'll put the link in my description box when I get done. But it's the brush where it separates. It's very bendable. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Those brushes are great as well if you're tender-headed because they're very forgiving and they move with your hair. They move with your hair. So that's another great tool. This one right here is another brush that's kind of very forgiving. And then also, I want y'all to look at the tips of this brush. Y'all see like the little balls it has on the end? Those balls are very important as well. You don't want to, sometimes, like, if you're very, very tender-headed, if you get those brushes that are not forgiving and they just shoot straight up and it's a point, sometimes those can be very, very painful if you're tender-headed. So sometimes getting the little balls give, and I got some water in there. Sometimes the balls makes it a little bit more easier for those who are tender-headed. Okay, and so those are some tools that are going to help. Another tool I just thought about too is I have two different types of clips. So I have these clips, and Lord, I'm gonna have to stand up again. Okay. Y'all see my hydraulics? This is my hydraulic chair that I roll around in the shop. I want to try that Tangle Tamer. You can get it from Sally's as well. I know they got some on Amazon, but you can get it from Sally's. So for instance, like hold on, y'all. So I'm gonna show y'all a difference of something right quick. You know, I just realized my towels are in the car. I'm gonna have to go out to the car and get my towel. So for instance, sometimes I use these clips right here. And then sometimes I use these clips. Yeah, hydraulics. Now with these clips, I like these clips because it's good with sectioning off the hair. But I also know sometimes even though I do love these clips, sometimes these are not the best for tender-headed people. Only because sometimes, depending on how thick the hair is, hair gets caught in this little piece right here. And so if I have to pour that out, that can be very painful to tender-headed people. So sometimes with tender-headed people, I'll resort in using something like a butterfly clip. Because I can put it in a ball and just put this on it and it's less likely to get tangled. So even down to your sectioning pieces is important. And also be careful with your, I don't have any scrunchies here, but the hair ties that you use. Some of these hair ties that have the metal clasp, if you're tender-headed, you want to probably stay away from those because your hair can get caught in that. And when it's time to pull your hair out of that can be painful. So you want to get like, and I have some of these linked in my Amazon store as well. It's like these little rubber ones where your hair is not going to get caught in it. So even down to your hair ties, that is very important because you don't want to be using, you know, ties and tools where your hair is going to get caught. And that means you're going to have to take it. Sorry, y'all, I got a window right here. I'll be nosy. You're going to have to take your hands and try to pull the hair apart. So we want to alleviate all of that. Okay, so I wanted to put that out there too as far as my hair tools. hydraulics. I love how your shop is clean. Everything's in the proper place. Yeah, I can't stand no dirty shop. And it, I can't. And so, like, sometimes, like, when I be running over, like, with clients, I be like, hold on, you gotta give me a minute. Because I be trying to sweep. I be trying to wipe down. And also, just having a clean shop, it just make the experience better. Because, believe it or not, people be looking at all that kind of stuff. People don't want to come nowhere that's nasty. People, cleanliness is next to godliness. You hear me? Cleanliness is next to godliness. So, oh no, I already used this one. But those tools, the type of tools you use is very important in correlation with your products. Okay? With your products. So make sure you're using the right tools as well. Do we have any more questions? We have any more questions on the hair products? Y'all, this is what I'm sitting on. So it got hydraulics. So I like sitting on it sometimes, like if I'm getting tired and I need a break, and it kind of moves ups and downs. So I be having hydraulics up in here, okay? So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the tips I have for being tender-headed. Yeah. Oh yeah, can't you say she look at everything? Yeah, people do. Clients be looking. Clients be looking. And just like, for instance, this could probably be another video, but even this is sidebar, y'all. If you want to click off, that's fine. But even this, like this thing right here, is how I sanitize all my combs. Like, and just put y'all on game if you don't come to me. But this is how you sanitize your combs and brushes. So I sanitize each comb and brush I use on people. And so my clients be looking at even at stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't use the same tools on nobody. I make sure I sterilize and sanitize everything. But that's key. If you see somebody about to put a comb in your head and they're taking out hair from a previous client, you need to find you another stylist. But I might need to do a video on how to properly clean and sanitize your combs. If y'all want a video on that, I don't know if y'all, maybe y'all don't care about that, but if y'all just want to know the process on how I sanitize my combs and how I keep things separate, you know, for cleanliness for my clients, I can. But yeah, all those things are key. All those things are key. All right. Lisa H said, very informative, great for the children. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, yes, yes. So, in summary, I'll go ahead and tell you all the tips as far as tender-headed. In summary, if you're tender-headed, get on a schedule. Have a schedule for you as the parent or you as an adult and for the kids so they can already know what to expect. And make it an enjoyable experience. Like, even if you're tender-headed, maybe do it, maybe detangle your hair when you're watching your favorite show or a comedy, so it can kind of take the attention off of it and you're not getting frustrated. Also, if you're tender-headed, remember, do your hair in sections so it can make it easier, so you're working smarter, not harder. Finger detangle first if you're tender-headed. Make sure you add a detangler. If it's really, really tangled, add a detangler, put the shower cap on, let it sit, let that thing marinate, baptize it, and look. Now, oil, okay, I'm gonna hold on before I let y'all go. I gotta get on this oil. Now, oil is a good detangler too. This oil will give you some nice slip. Okay? I just want to mess with y'all. But make sure you add some product so you can have nice slip. Start with your fingers first and be mindful of the tools that you're using. Be mindful. And I will say, if you extremely detangled, find a tool that works and stick with it. I wash my combs and brushes, but I don't soak them. I'm going to do that now, though. Well, Tracy, let me back up. You don't necessarily have to soak them in sanitizer. It's just we're regulated, by the state, and we have to sanitize these things because, you know, we're using this comb on multiple people. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just you using your own, you can see, I mean, by all means, it won't hurt for you to soak yours and sanitize yours. But if you're the only one using it on your head, you'll probably just be fine by doing the basic cleaning, moving debris, and whatever. But the soaking process is we have to soak them for like a minimum of 10 minutes for it to be disinfected. But normally when I clean it at night, mine stay in the solution overnight. So it's gonna make sure them germs are out. And plus I be tired, so I clean them, put them in that sanitizer, and then I take them out in the morning. So I'm about to rinse them and dry them in a minute. So yeah, it's up to you. But if y'all want to be on that, I'll do that. I know that's right. I better see a bucket of the quads. Yep, you sure better. Now they changed something now here in North Carolina. Like I'm not supposed to have this out. Like if state board was to come in here, like how I have this sitting on the counter, I'm not supposed to have it. So out on the counter, I have to have it closed in a cabinet. So that's why y'all seeing it right here. Like in here. Because it has to be in a closed space. They changed the rules. I don't know why they always change the rules, but if it was me, I want to see it out on the counter. I want to see that she has clean combs. But most of the time, I'm always opening that cabinet because I'm selling retail and people see that it's clean combs. And then I keep all my clean stuff in here. Like in drawer, like all my wide tooth combs. So people know it's clean, but it just depends on the state you in and what their regulations is. Sometimes you'll see it, sometimes you don't. But I also have my sanitation grade up there too. I got a 99.9. They always be hating. They like just give me a 100. Like they'll take out 1 point. This is sidebar. They'll take out 1 point for something petty. Like I'm like, you just couldn't give me 100. And the reason why I had the 0.1 off is because this vent all the way up here. Now y'all see I am vertically challenged. I am a fun size Reese's peanut butter cup. I'm not real tall. How am I supposed to get up there and clean that vent? She said, well, I'm sorry, Miss Milk. We had to take off 1 point because I get it. It's your field's supposed to be clean. But how am I supposed to get up there? That ain't my fault. That ain't my fault, but whatever. That's just a sidebar. But that's why I got 99.9, okay? 99.9. I said, y'all don't want to let me live. But anyway, so I done got off topic. So yeah, we was talking about the tips. Make sure you got product to add detangle. Make sure you're using the right tools for your hair. And yeah, give yourself grace. So I hope these tips help y'all. Yeah, wow, big changes. Yeah, very, very big changes. And you know, it's different because I think I told y'all it's a barbershop on the other side. Y'all probably hear them talking. It's a barbershop over there. Now, they are allowed to have their barber side in a jar sitting on their counter. Like, they're allowed to have that here in North Carolina. But as far as, you know, stylists and cosmetologists and stuff, we have to have ours in a closed container. And it has to be labeled clean or dirty. Okay? Clean or dirty. So, I'm like, all right, whatever. Period. You are very organized. Thank you, Acacia. I'm not Acacia. And thank you, Coach Haru. Being organized helps me to move faster too. So I like to have everything in its space. So when it's time for me to do somebody's hair, I know where everything is. So I can't work in chaos. Like I can't have, like if I'm doing a style, I only like to pull out the products that I'm using. Like a lot of people have like a lot of products that sit on their counter. Me as a hairstylist, I can't stand it. I'm only going to have out what I'm using at the time. And I like to have everything put up. Like I have this basket over here and it got all my products in it. So I only pull out what I need. So yeah, 99.9, you're a perfectionist. I probably is. I probably is a little perfectionist. Yeah, I probably is. Now what I am going to have sitting on this counter, you hear me? I'm going to have that sit on the counter. They can't say nothing about that sitting on the counter. I'm going to have that good old sanitizer. Sanitizer. I got an air purifier in here. Air purify. Okay, we keep this air clean. Because this is a little confined space. My room is not that big, but go on and get that ladder so you can bust a whole 100. Oh, right, right. But you know, sometimes like when maintenance here, I had them hook me up. I'm like, hey, you know, go ahead and hook up my vent. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and get that for me, cuz. And see, the thing is, like with state board, we don't know when they come. They just pop up. They come like a look. The state board come like a thief in the night, just like God. Nobody knows the day or the hour when they're gonna come. They just bust out of nowhere. But hey, if you state board, pull up on me, cuz. Pull up on me, cuz. Stay ready and gotta get ready. Okay? Stay ready and gotta get ready. Pull up on me, cuz. It be so funny because you know when state board is in the building, because I'll be walking to the bathroom. I never forget, somebody be like, hey, state board here, you better straighten up. And you see people in here scrambling. And I be like, if y'all stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Do I be scrambling when I hear state board is here? I'm like, oh, okay. I still be working. I don't be scrambling. Because you stay ready and gotta get ready. If you keep stuff decent and in order, you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush. Okay, great tips. I have to rewatch my grandbabies are tender-headed and give my daughters a hard time. Yeah, send this to your daughter, and hopefully this can help with your granddaughters, because I know this it's not a good experience and we don't want to traumatize our kids. Right, Acacia? I got time. I got time, cuz. I got time, cuz. I got time, cuz. I don't even know why I'm talking like I'm hood, because I really ain't hood, cuz. I got time. Pull up on me, good. Pull up on me. Pull up on your girl. I'm ready. Okay? But anyway, I'm about to get off live. I'm about to eat my lunch. And chill out before my client comes. What time? 2:15. So my client comes at 3. So I got about 45 minutes. I'm going to eat my lunch, chill out, keep that. But thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope these tips kind of help with those who are tender-headed. And I will see y'all. Okay, hold on, one more comment. Your station is super clean from what it is shown. It's okay to be a professional hairstylist. There aren't enough if good ones like you, Lisa. Thank you, Acacia. I keep calling you Acacia. Acacia, you over there thinking about me. I know. Thank you, Tracy Ann. Thank you. And you know another thing I'ma just say, you know another thing I'ma say? This is another thing I'ma say. Is what I notice when state board come, this is what I notice. The fact that I keep my room clean and organized, they don't even go in depth like they're supposed to. Like last time she came in, she just looked around and she was like, oh, your vent, okay. But they supposed to go in and check all my drawers and all that. She didn't even do all that because she was seeing the outside and was like, this girl looks really organized. Am I really about to pull out every jar? No. Now, some of them will be petty. Some of them want to be like, okay, it might look clean, but it might not be clean. So I'm about to pull out and inspect every clip, every comb. But what I've noticed is if your room pretty much for the overall part looks presentable. They give you grace. If I'm in here blow drying somebody's hair, they're not going to say nothing about hair flying around. But if your room overall just look good and it looks clean and presentable, they kind of feel like it's clean. Now, some people still be perpetrating, but whatever. I can't just say, ain't nobody thinking about you. I'm on the live right now. Acacia, I don't even know you, but I can just hear you saying it, and I never heard you talk before. My hairstylist told me I was tender-headed, but I never complained. Kiki Jefferson, I know some of mine are tender-headed and they don't complain because I take my time. But I look at and this is probably a stylist tip, pay attention to your client, because when I'm in the shampoo bowl, I remember one day I was going in, I was like, yeah, girl, and I was shampooing, and I was looking at her face like, oh, I hurt. Does it hurt? She said, yeah, Lisa, you was kind of going in. I was like, okay, my bad. So even as stylists, we have to pay attention to our clients and pay attention to facial expressions, even though I know here, we still wear a mask. I pay attention to, like, if the eyebrows are raising, And some people, they just like, they might be like you, Kiki, where they just don't complain. Some people just don't want to cause a problem. But I pay attention to that, and I'm like, oh, does this hurt? And they're like, oh, yeah, at least it was hurting a little bit. And I'm like, girl, why you ain't say nothing? Because we ain't hear Kiki and talking, say something. But yeah. Yep. All right. Okay, y'all, I'm about to go. Okay, we coming up on an hour. We coming up on you. We're coming up on an hour. So let me go ahead and make this even. We got 5 more minutes, and then I'm getting off live. 5 more minutes, I'm getting off live at 1 hour. Body all tensed up. Yeah, and y'all know what's so funny? You can tell people got traumas because sometimes, especially with kids, if I'm doing a blowout, and y'all know back here, y'all look at my little sideburn with my little curlies. But when I'm be back here at that Nate, and I get that flat iron, they get to doing like that. People get, I'm like, girl, I ain't even put the flat iron on your neck yet. They be like, I'm like, if you relax your shoulders, I can get there. Like, they be all tensed up. And like, especially like if I be blow drying, they be all tensed up. I be like, look, relax your shoulders, relax, relax. And you know what? I might have to talk about proper posture as you get your hair done, because y'all, I'm just speaking from a stylist. Y'all be trying to wear my back out. As Tony Gaston say, wear my back out. Y'all be trying to wear my back out. When y'all don't have proper posture in the chair, it makes me work harder and it makes my back hurt. So I'm always constantly telling my clients, like, hey, make sure you sit straight up, shoulders back. And I even got a rule: when you get your hair trimmed, get off that cell phone, because y'all be like this and y'all be messing up a trim. And even when it comes to trim, and this is another sidebar, even how your feet is positioned is important. If you have your feet crossed, it's gonna throw off the trim, it's gonna throw off the cut. If you leaned over, you're doing it, all that matters. So I might have to do a video on proper posture when you're getting your hair done. Yes, I want you to feel relaxed, but with certain things, when I'm trimming, you have to be sitting up straight. I will let some of my kids go to sleep when I'm doing their hair, but when I'm trimming, I'll be like, hey, look, baby girl, you gotta sit up. Okay? Burnt nets create trauma. It sure do, Tracy Ann. Them burnt nets. That hot cone from being on the stove. Oh yeah. Kiki said, what's for lunch? Oh, once for lunch, I'm actually eating leftovers from last night. I'm having the turkey burger. I'm actually eating healthy today, and I didn't want to, but don't say Chick-fil-A, Tracy, Acacia, because I want some Chick-fil-A. But no, I got a turkey burger, and I got some vegetables on the side. So I'm eating healthy today, because I got goals. I'm happy about eating healthier. I'm happy about making better decisions to eat healthy today. So I'm grateful for that turkey burger. Turkey burger got a little cheese on it though. All right, Kiki Jefferson said, my had skills never burnt us when she pressed her hair in the kitchen. That's what I'm talking about. Your grandma Kiki Jefferson is a G. You hear me? Now, why I gotta say your full name, Kiki Jefferson? Now, I'm just putting you all on blast. Why can't I just say Kiki? That was just a sidebar. Poor baby net being all fried. You said fired up. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Gotta listen to a meet and see y'all. Okay, Coach True, I see you tonight on DDTV. Ow. All right, Acacia, Chick-fil-A is Lisa's go-to. It sure is. I want to go on that app so bad and give me some Chick-fil-A. But nah, I ate out on Monday, so sacrifice. I ate out on Monday. All right, so y'all, I'm about to go because we've come up on an hour. So thank y'all for listening to this video. And yes, Acacia, proper posture and cleaning tools process videos coming soon. Yes, Kiki, go get you some lunch. I'm about to heat up my lunch and chill. So thank y'all so much for watching this video, and thank you for sharing it to anybody that it might be helpful to. I will see y'all on my next one. Bye.